It's the Mick goddamn return of Land Pirates the musical. It's been a year and like 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, 2 months,
I don't know.
something like that
long
since the
time.
last
A
came.
very long time. My
So,
arm was broken, I
we're
think,
finally
during
doing it.
the last one.
Yeah,
So,
it was. I remember that.
Yeah.
And now you're a brand new man,
That
all
would have been-
fixed.
Yeah, it's this arm. It's not in cast anymore.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's session 27, Bear. There was 26 other sessions before this. What the fuck's been happening, dude?
Okay, I have something planned. This is Land Pirates, the recap.
Oh shit.
Fucking. So we started out with some guys. We had. Oh, fucking Sawyer's rolling a bunch of shit. We have a guy who lost his character sheet, so he's re-rolling his
names.
character right now. So if I spout random nonsense, that's what that is. So the party was led by the fearless Dwarf. I'll let him do the sound.
Oh!
Yeah. Then we had this guy. We had a fucking half human, half owl bear. They're no longer with us. They're named Oberon. We had the only person who takes this game seriously.
Thank you very much, Bear.
This guy he's named Haywood Jablomi. I let that happen.
Nice rolls, bro.
We have Elf Ranger. He's not with us this session.
That's your health? Oh my god.
But he has a running theme. He had a dog, and like all ranger pets, he was very useful. This is my character, they're awesome. That's all you need to know. Anyway.
Totally useful hunter pet.
For the first fucking mission, y'all talked with this guy. Oh, he's bigger than this, because he's a bear guy. This guy!
Oh shit.
And met up at a bar. You were here to talk to Edison, your contact for money stuff. You were all told some fucking code thing about cheese, and Grizz brought an actual, 3-foot diameter thing of cheese. So that was good.
I wasn't the only one that brought cheese.
You were.
There's other
Because it
people
was
that brought cheese.
obviously a code. But yeah, that's Edison. He has an eye patch. He's like, "Hey guys, want to go on a mission?" You were like, "Yes, we do." That's why we're here, thinly veiled substitute for our DM, who we call Bear. That's a bear person. There you go. Anyway, he was like, there's this fucking ship that has some good shit, and docked and exploded or whatever south of here. Go get it, you motherfuckers. So y'all were like, okay, we don't have a choice. So you went to go get it, but on the way, there was some bandits you fought.
Oh. That one on the right is quite enchanting.
You can see all their nameplates and shit, right?
Yeah, they can see it.
Good. You had the opportunity to kill the bandits when you were fighting with. Then you did. So that was good.
I slept with that one on the bottom.
You did, but not. I forgot about that. But not in the way that everybody thinks.
Right.
Fucking this guy, Conrad, he thought that you couldn't see him, but he was wrong.
He's no John Cena.
So you fought some bandits and they came back later. So you got to the ship, and inside the ship it was all abandoned and shit. Except for suddenly fucking zombies. This song is fucking playing?
It is the Walking Dead song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't hear it for some reason. Anyway, yeah, there was zombies. You guys fought some zombies on the ship, and there were like 20 of them. And Oberon, who hadn't done much from this guy, I guess because can't see his name, hadn't done much, but and then zombies showed up, and he kicked the shit out of them. He like made one of them's head explode with his fist. It was pretty cool. Everybody loved Oberon. And then you found some crazy shit on the ship. Mostly there were these things that were guns, but you didn't know that they were guns because this was D&D.
Right.
Yeah. So on the way back, you're like, hey, we're gonna fence this shit. And then suddenly out of nowhere, there were these motherfuckers. And they're like, hey dudes, we're the White Mantle. You got any magic people around you? And you were like, I don't know. And then they were like, let us check with these fucking magic sticks.
Oh, I remember the sticks.
They brought it around with the sticks. And they were like, this fucking roguey motherfucker, and this fucking barbarian motherfucker, and this fucking magey motherfucker, they're fucking magic people. Prepare to die. And y'all were like, that's not nice, so you kicked the shit out of them. And then you had the option to spare them, and they were like, fuck you guys. So you were like, okay, fuck you, and you shot him in the face. But the most important thing that happened here was that our most beloved Oberon, he had a little accident. And by accident, I mean the fucking ranger crit him in the fucking face at point blank range while he had like 3 health. So he instantly died. So right now, he's fucking dead. And everybody was sad. And this led to a horrible, horrible thing. Because on the ship, you guys found a little, like, voodoo bag. And our resident cleric dick joke.
It might as well have named him Dick Joke.
He took the voodoo bag and he was like, I'm gonna try and make a zombie out of Oberon. And then Haer'Dalis was like, man, that sure isn't lawful good. So then he was just immediately cursed by his patron god. So that was great. That was good. It was a good move. Yes, that's what abilities mean, Sawyer. So, fought those guys when you went back into town, and you went to Addison, who's still small, but now he's big again. He's like, hey guys, what'd you find? And you gave him the guns, and he was like, this is D&D, so we don't know what guns are. Ha ha, joke. And you're like, what about this little fucking, I can use props. What about this little fucking bag? He was like, I don't know what this shit is. Maybe you should go talk to magic-y people. So he sent you on mission 2 to go talk to fucking magic-y people. You went to this huge university in the city of Urami, which is totally not a name lifted out of magic or anything. And you met this lady. And she was all like, yo, I know stuff about magic. I'm going to be flirtatious with the only non-comic relief character because it'll make everything awkward and it'll be funny.
Didn't I die before that?
Oh, yeah, you did. Shit, hold on. Right. So, on the way to the city, I thought I brought these guys in here. I guess I didn't. Anyway. Yeah, there was a blockade on the way to the city. That's the wrong screen. And there were these motherfuckers. And they were like, hey, you guys sure are the guys that killed our other guys. And
That's
you were
exactly
like,
what they said.
they were like, yeah. So then this plate armor lady, she took a glaive and she put it through fucking Grizz's skull. So he's fucking dead. So you got 2 dead guys. Actually, Oberon was revived somehow
Yeah,
in the
Edison.
interim. I don't remember how.
Edison took care of it.
Yeah. Anyway, but you killed those guys, but now Grizz is fucking dead. This is great. You guys are off to a good start.
Look at his face. He's so surprised that he's dead.
Anyway, then this lady shows up, and she's like, hey, and you're like, what's up with the bag? And we're like, I don't know what's up. She's like, I'll need some time to tell what's up with the bag. In the meantime, want to go do this thing in these ruins? And you're like, we'd love to, but we've got a fucking dead guy here. So she's like, oh, okay, we'll take care of that. And they did, because I'm too nice to you guys. So anyway, you're not as dead anymore. And she's like, yeah, go fucking, there's some ruins off over in that direction. I don't know. Deal with it. Give me some shit. I'll figure this bag and these sticks out. So, she sticks where she is. She's a professor. She can't. Sorcerers don't need wisdom. Except for your will save. But, whatever.
Not important.
Anyway, you go to the ruins, and I copied the wrong tokens. So you go to the ruins, and you see some dudes. They're hanging out near the ruins. And I went to the wrong screen. This is terrible. Maybe I shouldn't have had all those beers. Anyway, you see these guys again. And they were like, hey, it's the guys who didn't murder us, and they killed the zombies instead. No, you're not swapping your wisdom and your constitution. You have 11 health, you made a choice, live with the consequences.
He has 11 health. Jesus Christ. Well done.
And they're like, hey, it's the guys who killed the zombies instead of us. We were going to try and murder you if you guys had not been peaceful, but you were peaceful. Maybe violence isn't always the answer. Then you're like, yeah, maybe not, but we're probably still gonna kill everything anyway. Fine, I'll just have everything crit you so your con score doesn't fucking matter. And so, you used a key and you went into these fucking ruins. And when you got in there, you found something that was very surprising.
Oh.
You were like, holy shit, these are robots. But this is D&D.
Don't forget I had a pea soup incident for this, because I wasn't, you know.
I forget what happened there, so it's too late.
Yeah. I wasn't available, and you guys said I had some bad soup.
Oh, yeah. They were gonna fight some things, and he was told not to eat the pea soup because I made a Harry Potter reference, but then he ate it anyway, so he was off sick.
Yep.
So there were some fucking robots, and you guys were like, we can't, this is D&D, there are no robots, and the robots were like, really? Check us the fuck out, we're fucking robots. So you were like, okay, time to go deeper into these ruins, since these robots aren't murdering us. So you went deeper in the ruins. You got to this place. It was like a huge fucking factory, and in the middle of the huge fucking factory, there was a huge fucking robot.
Too honest.
And you were like, man, we should ask this robot if we can do fancy things with the factory. He was like, you want to do shit with the factory? You were like, yeah, and he was like, do ya? And you were like, yeah, I do. And he was like, too bad, I'm gonna fucking murder ya. And he tried to murder you.
But he
didn't work. He died. So you were like, huh, we have free reign of this fucking factory now. Let's try and fuck around with shit. So you
this
tried
was
to
horrible.
So you tried to fuck around with shit. First you tried to fuck around with this big giant robot and he fucking exploded. So he's dead. Gone forever. That's unfortunate. And then the tinier robots came back and they were like, dude, I fucked the big guy explode. And so Grizz just picked him up and took him over to some doors, and they were like, what the fuck? And then Grizz was like, open this door, and they were like, we can't. And you were like, do it anyway. And so they were like, if you don't put me the fuck down, I'm gonna explode. So then you didn't put them the fuck down, so they exploded. And you went through like 80 robots trying to explode the goddamn doors, and you couldn't figure out that I didn't want you to. So,
That was a long process.
So yeah, the robots exploded, but you were able to collect a thing from the big robot and open the key to the city. So you left, and you went back. God, I keep bringing up the wrong thing. You went back, and this lady was like, "Hey, did you get the shit I wanted?" And you were like, "Yup." She was like, "Awesome. By the way, I've figured out the shit, and it came from a necromancer. And these sticks detect magical blood." And everybody was like, "Man, that's weird." And Oberon was like, "Well, I don't want to have magical blood because I'm an owlbear person. Because I'm too nice to you guys." Haer'Dalis was like, "Don't fucking worry about it. It's because I'm an elf." Yeah. You were like, "Okay." And Sandra was like, "I don't fucking know, man. I don't want to fucking talk about it." And y'all were like, "Lysandra, you gotta be forward with us." And she was like, "I don't fucking know. Maybe I don't want to talk about it." And then Oberon was like, "You're gonna fucking tell us." And then she did, and she has some, like, dragon blood in 20 million generations ago. And it's important, because the country she's from, they're racist. So, so yeah, that was that. That was mission 2.
Act 1.
After that, you went back. You were like, I should probably make him bigger on the thing that I'm copy-pasting from. Went back to talk to Edison, and he was like, "Hey guys, I sold those things. Here's your cut." And you're like, "Sweet." He was like, "Hey guys, you know the necromancer that we know about?" You're like, "Yeah, lady told us about him." So he was fucking like, "Well, I found the fucking necromancer. And he's over down there. It's the place on the map where he was in a this way direction. If you fucking kill the shit out of him, it'll be pretty good. You'll get some money." And so y'all were like, "Okay." So you were traveling along, and I'm sure something happened, but I forget about it. You came up to some town, and it had been taken over by, like, necro-cultists. But, you know, they were just normal people, so you didn't murder them or anything. So you got to the fucking cave, and in the cave there was some more fucking zombies. Except these guys, they were special zombies.
Oh shit.
And you fought them. And you killed them. So that was good.
Put him up
so
there for like 5 seconds.
Man, those were some fucking zombies. So you went further in. And inside, there was a bard. And you were like, "What? Why is it a bard?" And then it was just like, fuck, I went to the wrong fucking page again. It was like, "It's okay, I'm a heavy metal bard. And I summon zombies." And you guys were like, "Oh shit!" And so you fought him, and it was long and arduous. And Sandra got into some shit because some zombies were summoned on top of her. And she was like, "Hey Tyrion, help me." And Tyrion was like, "Hey, how about fuck you?" So that happened. That was good. That made everybody like Tyrion more. So yeah. Then you killed him. Yay. And so you were fucking leaving the fucking thing. I actually missed a part that was a little important, but it doesn't matter if we do it a little out of continuity. So you were leaving, and then these guys showed up. And they were like, "Oh hey, did you just kill a necromancer?" You were like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Well, I guess that's useful, but we wanted to kill the necromancer. And you're just some fucking randos, so that's kind of annoying. I guess we gotta pay you now." So they took you back to the grand capital of the place. The country. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Lissa, that's the name of the country. And they gave you some really sweet gear. It was pretty awesome. But you got the impression that they really hated you. Because they did. They didn't like you. They think you're crooks. Anyway, to go back in time a little bit, before you went to kill the zombies, you were given a choice when you were meeting with Edison, and he was like, "Hey, there be zombies." He was like, "I also heard that you guys don't like Tyrion very much. I'm gonna put together some people to try and replace. Yeah, that's.
Oh shit!
That's
Yeah,
a word.
that was a while ago. Was from where that
Yeah,
was. It
that was
wasn't.
in between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
When that happened. We're gonna try and put together some people to fucking try to replace Tyrion. And they were these people. It was a Crusader, Lycia,
Like
fuck.
scrapping dudes.
a dwarf who shot crossbows. His name was Private Second Class Roderick von Hammersturmer III. Zarek Croft, he's a grappler. He punches people and he grabs them, and I don't know, then they die. This is Nalservos Paz. She's a cat lady who's totally not evil. Yes, it was like, "So, you want to swap anybody out?" Everybody looked pointedly at Tyrion. I guess I should look in a different direction. Everybody looked pointedly at Tyrion, and they were like, "Huh." And then Tyrion was like, "I'm played by a player and not the DM." So they were like, "Fuck." So then everybody looked pointedly at Lysandra, and then she was like, "Whatever," and everybody was like, "We're just gonna keep Lysandra." And then everybody up here, they were just like, "Oh, I guess we're happy we stopped by." Anyway, so after fucking you killed the zombie people, you got a letter. It was a letter from this lady.
We just got a letter.
And she was like, "Hey, I need to give you direction in this campaign. So here's some shit that happened. Wanna hear about a tournament?" And you were like, "Yeah." And the letter was like, "I assumed you would say yes to that rhetorical question. So there's a tournament going down in a different country, and there's a lot of money to be made, and you get to beat the shit out of people." And then we started a mire that lasted for like 6 months.
I like how when you start talking with them, you move them forward like one square. Just little touches
So-
like that makes
So
this
you
awesome.
guys, you were like, "Okay, here we go, let's go fucking tournament." So you went to this fucking town run by the Mafia. And it was a tournament. You got there, and the tournament was held by this guy. He's a big bear dude. And you didn't actually talk to him, but he's gonna be the placeholder here. And he's like, "Hey, you wanna sign up for the tournament?" And you were like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hey, you want the resurrection clause? Cause the DM might make this an excuse to kill you." And you were like, "Yeah." And he was like, "That's great." So you went to the fucking tournament. And first it was a singles tournament, cause there were 2 of them. Because, I don't know, I hate myself. Oberon, he fucked off.
He did.
Oh shit. I opened up, like, the HTML for the page. That was a mistake. Anyway, everything's fixed. So Grizz is down here now. Yeah, Oberon, there were some things that happened at inns. They might have involved chucking dwarves.
Oh, yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah, I forgot about those. Anyway, so you guys entered the tournament. And in the tournament, you fought some dudes. And Tyrion entered, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna fight some dudes." But then this guy was like, "Oh, you wanna fight some dudes? Well, I'm gonna hit you with a hammer." He didn't die, but he eliminated from the tournament. And then Grizz was like, "Oh, let's fight some dudes." And then this guy was like, "Yeah, let's fight some dudes. My name's Fuquan. I'm a joke from the other campaign." And then Grizz was like, "Hi, joke from the other campaign. You're a goblin. Stop throwing chairs at me." And so then he did, because he got knocked out by Grizz. And then Grizz was like, "Hey, dude with a mohawk." And dude with mohawk's like, "Yeah." And Grizz is like, "Let's fight in the tournament." And then dude with mohawk was like, "Okay." And then he knocked Grizz out with his fist. But our main man, Haer'Dalis, he was all like, "You know what? I can take this shit to town." And so he did. And he got to the final match. He beat so many dudes. By beating so many dudes, he got the best privilege to fight the best dude. And then the best dude was like, "Hey, I'm a monk / warlock." Haer'Dalis, that's nice. Are you gonna kick my ass? This dude was like, "I don't know. Am I gonna kick your ass?" And then he lit his fucking fists on fire and shot them through Haer'Dalis' face. But Haer'Dalis got the resurrection clause, so everything was okay. Because he might have lost, but he got a bunch of money and he didn't suffer any penalties because he was like, "I'm smart." So after the first things were done, you all had a couple days. So fucking Haywood, he got drunk on some chocolate milk. He was like, "Hey guys, I gotta find a temple to Haer'Dalis." And instead of finding a temple to Haer'Dalis, it was a brothel.
I'm pretty sure
And
he
bought you all prostitutes.
pretty sure he was just
Fun,
looking
it
for
was-
where
it
the
was
rest
a
of the
good
group
time.
was.
Anyway, after he bought you all prostitutes, it was time for the next part of the tournament. And the next part of the tournament it was teams, so you all had stuff to do. And so you fought some dudes. And they were fiercer dudes in teams. This guy's pretty cool. You'd like to know him. Also, Tyrion killed a child. That happened.
Oh my god.
And you guys beat all the teams. So you got to fight the best team. Hey, it's these guys. And some rando. And everyone was like, "Hey, want to fucking fight?" And you were like, "Yeah, we want to fucking fight." And then they kicked the shit out of you. But everybody bought the resurrection clause, so you all got money, so it was okay. And so you guys got your fucking money, and it was good. So a few things happened after that. You needed some fucking more direction. You needed some more shit. And so you got some new potential party members. Say it's the lady from the first part. She was like, "Hey, my friends are gone. Can you guys be my friends?" And you were like, "I don't know, maybe." And then the best dude who was defeated in the team tournament, so he's not quite the best dude anymore, was like, hey, I've got nothing more to do in this story. Want me to punch people for you? And you were like, I don't know, maybe. And then May was like, hey, remember how I was like objectively the most useful person in the team fight? You should probably take me along because I deal damage and I heal and I do all this useful shit and it's really good. And then Kyle was like, no. Then the other two people were like, okay, we'll come back later, see if you want to do some shit. And some people were like, hey, I guess you probably need missions, so we're gonna try and send you on some missions. And so fucking, yeah, she's up there now, so. Fucking one of the ladies in the tournament reformed Nazi. She's like, I realized Nazis are bad, wanna go kill the Nazis? And you're like, I don't know, maybe. Oh, I missed a person. How could I miss a person? God damn it. Where is she? Here she is. And you were like, I don't know if I want to kill Nazis. And this lady fought her in the team tournament. She was part of the fucking, like, there's this whole Empire versus Stormcloaks subplot that I totally didn't lift from Skyrim. And she's like, hey, I want to fight for the rebels, and I don't know. And you're like, I don't know, maybe. And then Lysandra, she's like, I used to be part of the Empire. Want to fight for the Empire? And you're like, I don't know, maybe. And then Alicia's like, hey, we're gonna fight crime here since it's a cesspit of awfulness. Wanna be like Batman and take down crime? And you guys were like, no. Then you were mulling shit over. And who walks up but our favorite lady? She's like, hey guys, remember how in the tournament I beat people by making them drown themselves? And you were like, yeah. She's like, I have a business offer. And you were like, yeah. And she was like, hey, want to rob some graves? And y'all were like, hell yeah! And so that happened there. So you started moving out and robbing some graves. But you had to get to some graves first, because they were way down south. And to do that... Oh, shit, I forgot an important part. This might be the most... So, after you just were like, hey, let's rob some graves, Dick Joke, who despite being a dick joke, still actually had the morality of a cleric, he was kind of like, hey guys, guess what? And you were like, what? And he's like, I don't know if I'm cool with robbing graves and just beating the shit out of people all the time. And then he fucked off on a unicorn.
He did.
He did. So then there were two more people. And they were like, hey, I'm fucking Pixie. Want me to join your party? And they were like, yes. And they, and by they, I mean you, were like, yes, because you're a character, you're a person who's just part of the group, so I guess you have to be here. And then we got to tonight, and he's just like, guess what, guys? I lost my character sheet. But he's part of the party. And this guy showed up, and he was like, hey, I want to join the campaign. And somewhere else, I was like, yeah, sure. So you guys were like, okay, you can join the campaign. Then, you started traveling down south. And the fastest way down south, it was a fucking raft. And so you got a raft with some dude, and there were some gnolls and some ogres. You fought him on a motherfucking raft. And his name was T-Pain, because I'm great with the jokes.
Because he was on a boat.
I'll be right back while this is going on.
Okay. Everybody liked that fight, and it was the best thing that ever happened.
It was pretty great.
It was pretty all downhill from here. Anyway, so you docked the boat. And you went through some mountains, because the only way to get to the desert was through some mountains. And unfortunately for you guys, in the fucking desert place, there was hot damn. these guys, not the desert, but the mountains, and they ambushed you in the mountains, and you killed them. So that was neat. So then you got to the desert, and then a bunch of important story stuff happened, and you guys didn't get to listen in on any of it because Sawyer forgot that he knew comprehend languages. So you heard some cats talk to each other in cat voices, so that was good.
Damn it.
So then you were like, okay, let's go rob some graves, because we can rob some graves now. Grizz had a tumor on his face. It was like, fuck, I have a tumor on my face. Better go to the surgeon and get this tumor off my face.
Oh, did you say we went to... I think I got disconnected at the phylacter... What? How do you...
The Lich?
The Lich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he touched your face. And there was a tumor on your face,
Yeah.
but you killed him.
Yes.
It was cool. You guys were supposed to go there fourth, but you went there first, because... I don't know. This is what happens when I give you guys options. So yeah, Grizz went to a surgeon at the cat place. And it got better. He took the tumor off your face. So that was neat.
Cheers.
That was good. That was good of him. So then you went to another place. And it was full of sand. It was another tomb place. These places you go, everywhere here is a tomb. I'm not going to profess. Fucking state it every time. And it was like, hey, Party Turtle. And some other dudes. You were like, I guess we gotta fight these guys.
Fuck that turtle, dude.
And so you fought those guys, and you killed them. But there was more to be had. Because you went further in. And it was like...
Oh. Oh, shit.
But it's a living spell. And what he did was he reduced everybody's strength and then ate them. And it was like, shit, everybody's dying. From Balthassar over here's like, you know what feat I took? The feat that lets me go boop and then hit him and then go boop. And then because he's a monk, he was able to just be like, ah.
Yeah.
And you killed him. All thanks to this guy. Final Fantasy Victory. Didn't actually get the song. Anyway, oh yeah,
Just as good.
fuck. You guys found some shit in each of the tombs, too. And
Oh. Is it dead again?
what it is once per day, if you would take lethal damage, you're instead healed for that amount. Because he's the tank. And then Sindrik got a thing. It was a tiara. We're gonna call it that this time instead. And what it does is every time he casts a damaging spell, he gets a stacking 2% chance for the spell to be treated as if it had been casted with sudden maximize. And then when the effect takes place, the percentage goes back down to 0. So, like, once every 50 spells, you get a free sudden maximize. I couldn't remember the percentage, but that one seems reasonable because that's broken as shit. So, sudden maximize means you do all the damage. That's and I wasn't telling you guys what these things did, because fucking
We didn't have any way
like,
to like identify him.
yeah, you didn't have any way to identify it, and it was really funny. Having Sawyer be like, "Ugh," every time I asked him to roll a percentile every time he cast a spell. That was hilarious. Go back and watch it.
Was that last
make-
thing? Was that thing that I got the last thing we got? Because I didn't even write it down. I don't think.
No, that was like, well, yeah, you don't know, but like, it's a thing that happens. We'll start you out at 30% because I don't remember, and I was having you keep track on your character sheet, which doesn't exist anymore. So anyway, you got that, and I need to open up a notepad and make a note because I'm an idiot. So then you guys went to another place, and it was a watery place. And there were fucking these dudes. They were like 3 different monster templates that I threw onto them because they were ghouls and they were something else and they were Crocosphinx. No, were-crocodiles. That's what they were. They were zombie were-crocodiles. And so that was a fun fight. They paralyzed you guys. That was their main mechanic. Everybody loved it. I nerfed the hell out of it because I made it so you got paralyzed for like 6 rounds instead of 6 minutes. Because holy fuck. 6 minutes, by the way, would translate to 60 rounds. You would all be dead. So, yay me. I'm a cool guy sometimes. And give me a second and I'll have this There we go. My rotation is. So you beat those guys, but of course, because this is formulaic as hell, those guys had a boss. And that boss was like, hey motherfuckers.
Okay.
And you guys were like, man, that's awful. And Sindrik was like, let me get in your mouth. And he was like, okay. And so Sindrik almost died. And then Grizz was like, look at me, I'm a dwarf in full plate. Let me fall into water. And so Big Grizz was almost going to die, but we instead had a 3-hour-long debate about drowning rules, and I eventually conceded that the drowning rules as they exist are stupid as hell, but we'll use them because it's literally never going to be relevant again. And then you killed him.
I remember that debate. Great.
So then you had a 4th place left to go, and guess what? It was everybody's favorite place, because I was like, you know, if I'm pulling shit out of monster manuals for this just to have fun, we're gonna use a thing that people hate, and they're oozes, also named jellies, also named jam. And that's how the brand joke works. So you guys fought these oozes, and they were oozes, so it was terrible. Cause I guess I hate you guys. And then this fucking dog was like, I will finally be useful, guys! And then this ooze was like, I'm an exploding ooze, you know that, right? And the dog was like, oh, but then it was too late, and he was like... So he's dead as hell. But then you killed these guys. And you were like... And Tyrion was like, oh man, I must mourn my puppy. And you guys were like, we ain't got no time to mourn your puppy when we have to fight fucking this asshole.
Oh.
And there's... I just pulled this guy straight from Monster Manual. There is literally just a guy where it's a monster that's a sack full of jelly, but it's a golem so it can punch you. And has immunity to magic. So then Sindrik was like, man, I'm sure glad I had the argument with the DM about drowning so that I could fight a golem who's immune to all of my abilities. And then you killed him anyway. So that's where we are. Land Pirates the recap.
Holy shit. Oh my
That's
god.
everything. That's everything that's happened so far.
Well done,
Oh,
Bear.
I forgot one thing. This is an important, fun thing. I actually made a post on Reddit about this, cause
About Lampires?
yeah, cause I'm a horrible neckbeard who participates in awful internet culture. Not true. The only thing I've ever posted on Reddit. I hate Reddit. Anyway, yeah. Remember that time when you guys were making camp after fighting on the rafts, and there was like a sudden heat wave,
Yeah.
and in the middle of the night,
And everyone
And,
hated life.
everybody hated life, and there was like a 3-hour RP session about it that ended in
God.
Grizz hitting a sleeping Tyrion in the face with an axe. And you guys never found out what it was.
I knew what it was, but people just wouldn't fucking listen.
Probably. Anyway, so you guys are here. Oh, yeah. Fucking Haer'Dalis got a cloak. It's made out of crocodile skin. It gives him +5 to swim, move silently in disguise, I think, and it also makes it so that if you hit a dude that's immune to critical strikes 3 times, that he's not immune to critical strikes or sneak attack from you anymore. So that was cool. And from here, you looted a thing that Tyrion, yeah, that's a thing. That Tyrion gets to use, but he's not here, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get another beer, and then we can actually start.